Masquerade, in Zimbabwe, welcome to our channel Zim Confessions and Deep Secrets. Kana gari kitanga kukuyapa neno channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Kana chungwa gara waka subscribe, but don't forget to comment and share this video. Nasi mre Zimbabwe takigira inya yabuditswa na ZANU-PF spokesperson wa Christopher Mutsvangwa Mabuda vachitaura upon political tensions within the ZANU-PF ruling party. Mabuda vachiataka Vice President Constantino Chiwenga nenhau kuda kutora upresident mushure mekunge vaMnangagwa vabva vataura vachiti vaChiwenga vanoona as if succession birthright yavo muri Zimbabwe. Mabuda vachitaura zvakare vachiti White City bombing yanga iri inside party job muri Zimbabwe, zvinhu zvaonekwa as an attack nemasupporters avaChiwenga. Nyaya yabuditswa naDebulawayo 24 vachitaura vachiti ZANU-PF spokesperson Chris Mutsvangwa has reignited political tensions within the ruling party after claiming that the 2018 White City Stadium grenade attack, which nearly claimed President Emmerson Mnangagwa's life, was an inside job orchestrated by senior party insiders. Speaking during a fiery press briefing in Harare on Thursday, Mutsvangwa alleged that the assassination attempt on 23 June 2018 was part of a broader internal plot to remove Mnangagwa from power just weeks before that year's general elections. His remarks come amid the escalating succession tensions between Mnangagwa and Vice President Constantino Chiwenga ahead of the ZANU-PF annual conference set for Mutare, which Mnangagwa will address on Friday. Mutsvangwa's outburst marks one of his most direct confrontation yet with Chiwenga, whom he accuses of being a power-hungry opportunist with an inflated sense of entitlement to rule. He described the vice president as a Mucheka Dzafa, a Shona idiom for self-serving opportunist, claiming that Chiwenga believes leadership is his birthright, despite joining the ZANU forces late in the liberation struggle. The war was fought by many, not just one man, said Mutsvangwa, asserting that Chiwenga was not even at the ZANU battlefront until late 1978 in Mozambique. He added that the independence war was won through the joint efforts of ZANLA and ZIPRA forces under ZANU and ZAPU, respectively, and accused Chiwenga of rewriting history for a political gain. The outspoken ZANU-PF spokesperson further claimed that Chiwenga is attempting to topple Mnangagwa through proxies, including our veterans leader Blessed Geza and other loyalists behind his planned 1 million march expected on Friday. Mutsvangwa accused the vice president of using the veterans movement and factional gatherings as tools to undermine Mnangagwa's authority, referring to a recent confidential document reportedly authored by Chiwenga and published by the Newsworks. Mutsvangwa said the vice president had tried to turn the presidium into a kangaroo court to attack Mnangagwa and accuse his allies of corruption. He added that the attempt boomeranged badly and has left Chiwenga isolated and exposed in his power play sideshow. Despite the heated rhetoric, Mutsvangwa reserved strong praise for Mnangagwa, portraying him as a steady leader guiding ZANU-PF through internal turbulence. He also commended the late ZANU-PF chairperson Herbert Chitepo for forging Zimbabwe's historical ties with China in the 1960s, highlighting his meeting with future Chinese leader as a foundation of modern Zimbabwe-China relations. As ZANU-PF gathers in Mutare for its annual conference, the party is expected to review key political and economic developments from the past year through the Central Committee report. However, insiders say the meeting is likely to be overshadowed by the intensifying succession battle, now openly spilling into public view between Mnangagwa and Chiwenga. Domabuditsiro aitwa nyaya muri Zimbabwe tinoziva kuti munoona sei tudziwo zvamukufunga mu comment section.
Because now they've extended strategic relationship to a community, to a shared community between us, which is the highest accolade in bilateral relations between China and any other country. So Zimbabwe are now pitched right at the top there. And China is also the driver of the demand for gold. China has got a middle class, which is the demand for diamonds. China has got a middle class, which is demanding infrastructure. But the good thing about Chinese investment in Zimbabwe now is that their private companies are coming to invest and produce goods in Zimbabwe. You understand? We are not selling unprocessed goods. We are selling steel, the ultimate product. And very soon, because of this SME dimension, which I talked about, my wife, We have Zimbabwe producing all sorts of widgets. Producing widgets for Toyota, for Mercedes, for BMW, because the steel is here. And Zimbabweans are will become the widget supplier to Africa. But China is a leader in all this processing. So this relationship keeps on getting edified with China. And I'm glad that ZANU-PF, every time when it was ZANU and Comrade Chiteko was the chairman, he had the vision to see that he developed, he pioneered this relationship. Never, if he wakes up today from the dead, can he fathom how far our relationship with China has taken us. This is vision, which is epitome of ZANU-PF. So we're very happy with that relationship. Many ministers, besides my wife, are engaging with China, and we are now looking at a regional bloc to engage with China to develop a regional steel industry to compete against Egypt and Morocco. We want to be number one because we already have the main ingredient, high quality raw steel, which has been even approved by the South African Bureau of Standards. We are there. So this is, they will also, the Chinese Communist Party will be giving a solidarity message as is traditional. Whenever geopolitical problems, the Chinese supported us. They vetoed the American resolution on sanctions. Now we are happy the Americans are joining sanctions against, joining China in the same sanctions are paid. So if somebody not stood with us, it would have been very difficult. But the Chinese were with us. So we are grateful. It's a relationship which is all season, it never fails to deliver. And it should not become the subject of ridicule or of xenophobia, by misguided Zimbabweans who are jealous with their former colonial companies that are invested in China. Can I ever shasha? Oh, the steel plant. Hey, Abana, British, Americans, and German, we are phone out here. But look here, I want to that idea was in Saruka. Thank you so much. I hope I answered your I felt it's a relationship which has paid dividends to Zimbabwe continuously. And we are very proud that we are associated with the second largest economy, soon to be the first economy in the world. It has been very beneficial. Another person. Thank you.
My name is Raymond from Newsday. You spoke in your speech. You indicate that there could be noise in the cockpit. Are there people who are before the president's term comes to an end?
Yeah, they are. I'm a comrade. I speak it like it is. There has always been a preoccupation that Mnangagwa should not become the leader of Zimbabwe because of historical memory, institutional memory, and the discipline, and the luck which he has had to survive from the 60s to be where we are today. So he became a marked man by those who do not want Zimbabwe to have genuine freedom. They never wanted him to succeed in Ghana. That's why we had all those problems in the First Republic. When Mugabe's twilight arrived, there were attempts by upstarts from Norway to try to hijack the Zimbabwe revolution by enforcing themselves as leaders of Zimbabwe. Of course, that was resisted, first by the war veterans, secondly by the populace. But towards the end, even our army had to make a choice to support the people and the war veterans. But from within those ranks, there have been others who are prone to be tempted by the same forces to try to make sure that Mugabe and Mnangagwa's rule, one, should be stopped by any means. And remember, we had an assassination against the president at White City Stadium. By dint of luck, the grenade hit a rock and he was saved. This job was inside. The people from inside. It is the same quarters which they've been championing. A loose cannon war veteran. I know Geza. I saw him during the war. When I went to the front, his brother, who was married to Mugabe, sister who is at the agricultural research center, same Geza. He spared his brother from being deployed to the front and sent him to Romania. Because in Romania, unless you die in an accident, nothing can happen. But in Mozambique, I told you, so somehow reading the template of 2017 Yam Trump, they create this phantom court case. That it is really a spokesperson for somebody inside. But because of low educational level, the attempt to replicate what I had done in 2017 is abysmally amateurish. That's why he announces every week that we are going to pass stay away. Saka mangwana kukunzi name stay away against. If you look for that stay away my journalist no matter any drama, you lose the drama which is going on about that. Nobody care. That is no that is one. So this is sometimes it's a pitiable attempt by some of our comrades at higher level to try to force themselves to the seat of power, simply in order to satisfy ambition. But more than that, some people think that by dint of family history, they must become the rulers of Zimbabwe. Why family history? I don't know. Because everybody has a family history. And why do you think that the family history yako inodiseka kuti utonge nevamwe vakafa kuhondo yakanga ichibhirawo kuti utonge? The logic is a little bit far-fetched, but this is the reality of what is happening in the party. So a document, a dossier, which was produced in April, May, that dossier, because I'm from the intelligence background. I was one of the very first people to be trained in intelligence. When the Kenyan president came back to Mozambique for the second time to rejoin the war, he started training a professional intelligence organization, CIO. That did not exist in Sana forces. This was some aspects of the war which we don't talk about. But this is where we came from. Because to grow that army, a lot of things had to clean up. We learned along the way. And one of the things which Mnangagwa did when he came in was to professionalize the intelligence department of the party. And one of the first pioneer countries to go to Yugoslavia. Namchangwa was trained by Rhodesians who were defected to our side, and Sipra cadres who came from Zipa, who came under Zipa in Mozambique. I'm telling you, the president is an intelligence operative by instinct. So when Africa Union says Zimbabwe must lead in intelligence and we send our experts there, it's because they know that what we've done at home in terms of intelligence is remarkable. Africa has not done anything like that. We outsmart or challenge and a CIO and a KGB, but no respect us back. So the president picked this document by April. The Chiwenga dossier. We already had it, the current document. So, 2-3 weeks ago, our vice president decides to turn the presidium into a kangaroo court, an inquisition court, Kutonga president, citing that document, and that document, he got wind of it because it wanted to be given imprimatur of the South African Reserve Bank of South Africa. That's how the document leaked back to Zimbabwe. So we knew that this document was floating in certain circles. So, of course, the Politburo heard about what they were trying to do, And it reminded the Presidium that you are appointees of the President like us. You have no powers as the Presidium. And it was one person among those Presidium members who was championing that document. They were just being dragged along. They were not even aware of the content. So when the Presidium asked who had penned the document, do you accept ownership of it individually? All the other members of the Presidium said, no, we don't know where it came from. So it boomeranged on the Vice President. And in our last meeting, the Minister of Justice felt obliged to answer back to the allegations. You see, we cannot, I have no particular brief for Tagwirei in Sakunda. I have no particular brief for Tungwarara. Neither do I have any brief for, I have no brief for Chipan. These are the people who are being called bad boys. They are the bête noire, the targeted people. And by targeting them and associating them with the president, somebody then thinks that the whole country must see the president in the same mode. But the whole country is aware of all these other things I've been talking about, which the president has been doing. You cannot judge him simply because so, and look, there are institutions which deal with corruption, which are there in the country. Party is not a statutory adjudicator of corruption. Because if we do it at the party, I'm talking party with thoughts. No, the party is not the competent institution to do that. God forbid, never allow that to happen from this side. So if we cannot allow it for the party to become the adjudicator, we need professional people who do that. So if you are a president, vice president, and then you come and say the party must try my senior, and that senior appointed you, it means it's a power play. It's no longer about corruption. You understand? Because if it was corruption, it would have gone to SAC, you go to FIU and the Reserve Bank, you go to Minister of Finance, you go to the CID. That's where you go and report all these things, laundering. It involves international banks. There's the Interpol. These are all institutions. So, so this is what we do. So Politburo is an isolated individual in Politburo. Nobody wanted to be associated with his venture, and that document was debunked. And we are back to what matters most, which is this document. These are side shows. There's no traction, absolutely zero, about that aspect. I hope I answered you.
Thank you.
I tried to be as detailed as can. There's absolutely no traction about that accusation. It is the Minister of Justice answered to it. It was an attempt to turn the Presidium into an oligarch, a kangaroo court, Tonga president, at the PS of one individual. Why? Somehow, I don't know, he just believes he didn't know how to Tonga Zimbabwe. If we go into more details, there's a lot of mark which we can, because we know our lives. But that's not the purpose of our press conference. I will refrain from going further about that particular individual's aspects from the credentials of war. But definitely it offends war veterans. Wakaitwa demobilized. Wakaenda kumamisha kutapedza hondo. And there are many. Kana munhu auda kuzoona kuti wakazopfeka uniform saka wagamba kufura vanhu. And it was by choice to remain in the army afterwards. This were freedom fighters. We were not career military personnel. I never wanted to become, if I had remained, maybe I would have been a better general than anybody else. But I didn't. I made a choice. Definitely with my exposure in the front, maybe how many times I want to but that's not the purpose of this. And these quarters which want power and want to appropriate ZANU-PF as if it is theirs. Dear one, that's why I was at pains to tell you the history of the party. This is, everybody in this country feels he owns ZANU-PF because every family lost somebody during that war. So if you are now claiming kuti vakafa vese vaitira inini, wamambo wakadita kuita umambo wakamisa zvisina kufa. Mambo umambo wangu wauda kuti uchazonaka nhasi mucheka dzafa wakuti ndechako iwewe chete. Tingaiti nyika yakadaro, it's not right. Mucheka dzafa.
So just a follow up, was there a resolution then on how to deal with race after the dossier was presented in
The Minister of Justice yesterday, 2 days ago, answered it back. And from the roots of it, one is power hunger, 2 is jealousy, 2 is cronies who fell out. Vachingofamba vese nevanhu vari kutukana vanofanira tabhuye vice president. They have a long history of association. And you may want to remember, I was a victim of that association, Parliamentary Special Advisor. That criticized Sakunda's fuel monopoly. And they conspired to remove me from being special advisor of the president. Remember, I'm gracious. I don't have a grudge with the party because the party ran. And so now people who used to be good, strange, people who used to be tight, good fellows, they have become strange, bad fellows. That was young. Saka takumubva kuti tipinde kune nyaya dzehistory yavo yezvavaita sepati tisiyewo please, hatipo kwamakabva. That's all I can say. There are people who definitely know each other and they fallen out. Ndozvinongoita vanhu vanofamba vomutsana vanozowanana. I hope it comes to that. That's it. We are cadres, we grew up together, we should be gracious to each other. We have seen a lot worse than what we are seeing right now. I still believe that we should be able. We are not like the other parties, Vasika's young. This was young. So if somebody tries, Zimbabwe, there's always a chance to come back to the fold. I hope the institutional experience of that ambition to power can still be tamed and find its way back to useful collaborative work in the party. No other one is supposed vanity, one experience regardless of what may be happening today. But I hope that they will have the virtue of that comradeship to overcome ambition, to overcome greed, to overcome hunger for power, to overcome disrespectful institutions. Because sometimes ukazotenda kuvote, somebody be like to his left hand may not even vote for his right hand. Vote. And why do you want to avoid the vote? Congress. There is nothing which is said Mwari has taken the date 28 away from the candidate. Rich people did it, and Mwari is not going to take it away. So why are you trying to squeeze it today? Let's wait until that day comes. The president says I'm a constitutionalist. The party says we want you to continue. 28 will come. Then the matter gets decided on that particular day. Why do you want us to decide on that particular day? Let's deal with issues of today. These are the issues of today. The economy, the prospect of this people. This don't go away. And I can assure you 28 will not be removed from the calendar. If the day comes, we reckon with what it offers. Perhaps President Saka chatiri kupengera kuti 28 zvazotaurirwe chi. Saka vanhu havachada kuita dream about 28, about 2030. If they want to dream, it's their point. It's nothing. The day will still come anyway. So why do you want to focus people from debating freely about the prospects of electing a person whom they think is doing a good job, is working, which work is good. And it's democracy. People let them speak. And whether the president wants it, it's his choice. But definitely 28 will be on the calendar. Year 28, it will be on the calendar. And that day will come, and then we have a reckoning on that particular day. But don't try to make to propel it. You have a time machine to force 28 to become 25. No, this is not H.G. Wells and the time machine. No. Any other question? Yes. There was a clash of candidates who were approved yesterday by the Central Committee, and one of them. We welcome him as a member. Most of us is a businessman, and he has been associated with the party for quite some time. As a businessman, probably when he initially made his attempts, similar to their party, maybe there's some bad optics. But we all learn along the way if we got goodwill. I think there's nothing wrong with businessmen coming into the fold of the party. The more the merrier, because they appreciate what the president is doing about the economy. Their skills may be needed in the party. And there's also nothing wrong with an emergent class of business people who are black. Become recognized by the party or support the party. We are creating a middle class. Out of a middle class, there will always be some who become richer than others. It's natural. So, kanata kuti munhu wese aita mari because mugoimba apa. Yeah, because there are white people who have made more money in this country and nobody has ever questioned them. Gold, 51 tons, it was being smuggled for all the years until the president paritized the price of gold to stop the smuggling of gold to Dubai. Now the price of gold in Dubai is the same in Zimbabwe. That's why we are collecting more gold in the country. That was a move by the president. But there were a lot of white people who were getting gold at that time out of the country, and their names are known. The president would have taken them to jail. Could you smugglers? He didn't. He just changed the business template and said, but takubatikana nevamwe vatavauya tongoti because muboy imbavha tikadaro. Like I said before, I have no brief for Sakupani, I have no brief for Tumbarara, I have no brief for Niku Chibayo, I definitely have no brief for Moya. But look, there are many others who are making a lot of money in this country. These are the opportunities which the president has given. There are many others who may not be making money, but the opportunities are still there. There may be others who hope to, who aspire to make money, but the president, the economy gives hope that you also can make money. So sometimes we live on hope, but others live on achievement, they become rich. Let's not be a nation which always finds a black mark against the person who is black, who has made money. No. We discourage entrepreneurship. Of course, if there are instances where people are stealing or there's corruption, we go and report to the proper institutions. But like I said before, the party is definitely not the audited institution under the constitution to accuse people of corruption and condemn them. Yeah, that's why the Politburo and the presidium members refused to become a kangaroo court. They are vice president, long-term president. Kwete nemhosva dzavo, but nemhosva dzekunzi unofamba nani, association to the criminality by association. That's not how we do things in Zimbabwe. We need to have affidavit ramunoenda court. Wobvunzwa kunzi ndiani arisainira. Takavabvunza akatisainira ndiani, hapana. Asi wawana ari kupolitiki, hapana kana signature yako. Saka tochiti ngoti ndopa murodi kupedzana. Hatitonge nyika. President is trying to focus on those things which make us run a country. That's why I now must never persecute. He's focused into the windshield as to where we are going. His eyes are not in the rear view mirror where we are coming from. So the president will make sure the country moves forward. Because only the windshield shows where you are, windshield shows where you are going. The rear view mirror, that's what our president is doing. And with Pam Pam as a party, that's why it's going to make the delegates very happy about this document. Already the vibes about this document are very, particularly in Manicaland province, our province, which has come back again in terms of economic. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you for coming.
I am going to give you my chicken for the conference.